Hey up everyone, I am the Amateur Prototype and welcome to my first SMG4 theory video of 2025. It's been a decent while since we've done one of these. My last video on SMG4 theories was the Shadow Man theory I did for the 12 Theories of Christmas event, which was almost 3 months ago, so yeah. It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these, and we're doing another one because the Karan Arc, or the Hitman Arc as I like to call it, has officially begun. Well, it began a while ago, but it's fully kicked off now. So, for those who are out of the loop on this Karan Arc stuff and how it seemingly have just come out of nowhere, like most SMG4 arcs did in since 2023 and that, well, basically, there have already been 4 episodes of this arc so far. The episodes being We Must Kill Mario, Mario Teaches Parenting, The Fight of All Time, and now Hobo Mario, which is the most recent one. And basically, this arc has been slowly developing the characters such as Karen and children, and has introduced this new element of the SMG4 universe, which is the Hitman Incorporation, or Hitman Inc. for short, I guess. Sure, one of the worst names you could ever fucking give a corporation like this, especially since they seemingly have a major part in the story. So, basically, this arc has revealed that Karen had a past life which included being a hitman to, get along with life, because she actually had a really shit life growing up. She was a stray cat, basically, homeless because she didn't have a mother, and we don't know about Karen's father in any way. And so this Hitman Incorporation decided to let her join them in order to get along with life. And which is it confirms, or at least explains why Karen is so good at fighting. It's because of this Hitman stuff. And so these 4 episodes have been slowly, increasing in rate of when they come out, and have been, slowly building up to this arc. And if you're like a fellow watcher or subscriber to Nonol and Macroma, you would know that we kind of had a fight with each other during Hobo Mario's premiere about if they had planned this stuff out and all of that stuff, and if the next episode is going to be a filler episode, which, as most of us would know now, is very much wrong. Which, it's all a lot and all of that stuff. But yeah, we've now got confirmation that so this arc is has just currently been fleshing out all the characters. Karen, her kids, and Karen's dynamic with Mario, and hasn't really included any other characters at all, really. None of the main cast. It's just been these 5 characters. And also, introducing new ones, obviously, such as Hitman, Karen's husband, and Karen's parents at that rate. Or the lack of parents, I guess. It's just a confirmation that she had parents, obviously. And, yeah, that is basically everything that's been happening in this arc. So now let's get to the main interest of this video, which is the ending of Hobo Mario. Basically, what happened in the ending is that basically in the episode itself, Karen got evicted from her home because she couldn't pay any bills, and so in order to prevent the kids from getting really sad that they no longer have a home, she tries to pretend that they're going on holiday to a resort in that. However, obviously, like how these type of episodes would go, eventually the facade breaks away. But because of the character development that the kids got from Mario Teaches Parenting, they were very grateful for what they at least had, and as long as they were together with Karen, then they would be able to get through even the shittiest of situations. Which this was a really emotional episode, really grounded in it, and I really liked that. It wasn't too humorous in that, aside from the usual SMG4 antics, obviously being in there. But yeah, and so over time, eventually, this Monopoly Man who killed Jeff Bezos, so based of this man, eventually was able to buy off all of Karen's bills and give her a house back if she could give up all the boxes that Karen got to, or at least that Mario got to build a new house for them when they were still evicted. But when Mario was rummaging through some trash at one point, we see a radio fall down to the ground, which Mario notices and picks up. Now, you might think that this is just Mario rummaging through the garbage and it just falls off, just like that, from the garbage, and it just so happens to be a convenient plot device. But no, you can definitely see, like, the way the radio is plunked onto the ground, it is so obviously planted. Like, obviously, whoever that, so someone planted down that radio, fully intending Mario to get it, and stuff like that. Which is exactly what Mario does. And at the very end of the episode, the radio goes off again, starts spreading static. Mario, with his interest being piqued, begins listening into what it's saying. And we don't know what the radio says, obviously, it's just a bunch of garbled, unintelligible mess, which is obvious in that. But whatever it was, Mario goes from being non-silly to his not non-silly self to being full-on serious and saying and I quote, mission accepted. And that's where the episode ends. So yeah, Mario has suddenly just... So there's obvious connections that we can make here. That this was obviously the Hitman Corporation, talking to Mario here. Because who else would be giving out missions other than the Hitman Corporation? That's right, nobody. Not Mr. Puzzles. I doubt Marty. Marty doesn't like Mario anymore, remember? Because of, well, the fact that Mario, left him out for a plate of spaghetti. Although, Marty could definitely be involved in this episode. Possibly, I don't know. And obviously Mr. Puzzle's out of the question because he's in prison. And I don't think this would be the kind of thing that he'd do anyway. So, yeah, whoever is from, they're obviously a part of the Hitman Corporation. And all of that stuff. So, and this is where we lead to this image here, which, white medicine, and one thing that something that Nono mentioned at some point was that when Mario has these kind of these eyes, these kind of pupils, it normally signifies that he's been brainwashed. But however, I am going to be bluntly honest here. I kind of find it a bit hard to believe. I mean, I definitely see why he would be brainwashed. It's like, why would Mario act in this sort of way? That's just not how Mario's, But, in the thumbnail of one of the Western Spaghetti videos, Ready to Ride, we see that Mario has these big beady eyes again. And, this was during a time when they definitely were brainwashed from One Shot Ren and being in the simulation and all that stuff. So I definitely see why Mario could possibly be brainwashed because of these two signs, but also, this just feels weird. Like, how does a bunch of sound waves brainwash someone's mind? Mario's not like an ant or whatever, no, ants don't make sound. No, whatever, animal, communicates or responds to sound primarily, Mario is a human. He is a human that got way too overdosed with stupidity. So, this just does not feel natural. Unless whatever the hell the radio had said to him. I just don't I find it kind of hard to believe. How does a bunch of sound waves just brainwash someone like that? It just feels off. It feels really off. So, that radio must have had said to something about, how... Whatever. The radio had to say something very, very specific in order to grab Mario's attention instantly without question. And this will now move on to our next image. Let me just get rid of this one here and then change to this one. This was major. This literally came out less than 2 hours ago. And yeah, this image here, we see that Mario has entered Karen's house. As you can see through the door, on the door, at the top of the door, you see that it has the name Karan on it. So yeah, he has entered Karen's house. So whatever kind of mission Mario's gotten, it revolves around Karen or her kids. So yeah, and you obviously I'm a bit late to this a bit, so everyone's already made their theories on for Nolan and Chroma, so I'm trying to do something different here, trying to add some more originality here instead of doing the obvious here. But so yeah. So what I believe is that the radio must have said something about Karen, obviously giving off the information of what Mario needed to do. This could mean a few things. It's either, kill Karen, just bluntly just kill her, which is the unlikely one, because I don't think Mario would want to do that. really, due to the development that he's gotten from, the development between him and Karen. Unless the brainwashing theory is correct, then that says otherwise. Or it could be a thing where she has to maybe like capture Karen, or maybe her kids as well, take her kids away. Because the reason why he would take her kids away, not him, no, her, whatever. Yeah, the reason why Mario would want to take her kids away is because, it's to grab Karen's attention, to like get her to join back the corporation fund. Because in the fight of all time, we saw that, Karen didn't seem to accept like the mission that the Hitman Corporation wanted to give him. But that also raises the question, what kind of mission did the Hitman Corporation want to give Karen during that episode? Like, it must have been a different mission, obviously. It could have been like another hit on Marty, a hit on Mr. Puzzles, a hit on maybe Mario. That seems like an odd question. But it could be it's a hit on someone. But however, Karen did not accept it at all. It seems because we don't see what Karen did. Oh, no, we did see what Karen did. She started playing with her kids and that. So, yeah, it's very obvious that Karen did not accept that mission. Means this must be why the Hitman Corporation must have grabbed Mario's attention, is because, it's something to do with Karen, like maybe get Karen to join the corporation or make Karen face some kind of consequence for not joining them. That seems like a kind of Hitman thing to do, right? And, okay, let me... So, like, why would the corporation want Karen back in? So let's go with the theory that the Hitman Inc. want Karen to join back. Why would they? Why would they want Karen of all people? Was it because, like, it could be like she was just like a really good fighter, just in general? It's like, because we've seen what Karen does in fights. She absolutely whoops ass. She defeated the entirety of Marty's cult, and all the fights she's mainly been in, she has won them. So she's a really good and skilled fighter, so the Hitman Corporation might want her back for that reason, that she's just a really, really good as a hitman. Or it could be that it's another personal job, just like with the one with Marty. So it could be like a hit on maybe like Marty again. Marty might be up to something again. Or it could be that it could be related to Karen's husband. Because Karen's husband is currently unknown in terms of status. He might be dead, or he might be alive. If he's alive, that means that, since Karen's husband has been, described as reckless and like careless and reckless and stuff like that, it could be that these traits have still gone on with the husband and has so, made him like a threat to society. He is so overly stupid and dangerous that, he's become too dangerous to be kept alive. And so the Hitman want to get him out. And so who would they want to get Karen's husband out? Well, Karen herself. I mean, that's kind of grim at that, but it doesn't seem like Karen really liked the guy anyway, since, of course, well, Karen's husband they seem to have divorced, as Karen and the husband. So that might be why they wanted Karen back, to do that sort of hit, because it's a very personal one. And if she's denying a very personal job, oh, well, looks like Mario's gonna have to make you join. That's seemingly what it's gonna be about. Now, there's some other questions that I just want to try and ask and answer. Another thing is just like, what kind of goal do the Hitman Corporation have? Is it to protect people? Because it seems like they put the hit on Marty for, a very good reason. Marty was a terrorist, and so dozens of lives could have been lost due to the mass poisoning. And so the Hitman did a really, really good decision to try and kill Marty. That's a very understandable thing to do. Kill one guy to save a bunch. That's a really good and that's just the morally right thing to do. But then you may think, the Hitman Corporation seems to be taking very, very extreme risks, very extreme highs to try and get what they want. Such as whatever Mario is going to do on the next episode, it's probably not going to be very nice. And so, it seems like Yes, it's not gonna be. So it makes you wonder. It's like it makes me think that the Hitman Corporation could be possibly in the morally grey section, really, because they do things for a good cause, but the lengths they take to achieve such good causes are very, very extreme as it seems, because whatever Mario's going to do, whether it's like try and kill a kid, kidnap a kid, stuff like that, that's a pretty extreme thing to do. That's a bit of a like, holy shit, man, why the hell would you want to do that? And since like Karen like described like the hitman's like work as like dirty laundry or whatever it was again, it seems that the hitman just seems to do whatever the hell they want to do. Maybe like an idea that's just come into my head. Maybe they are like, antagonists of like the villains of the story, but they also do good deeds as well. Like they do a bunch of bad things as well to get what they want, and either if it's for like money, whatever it is. But they also do, in the mix of that, also good deeds, such as taking out like worldwide terrorists and things like that, to make them seem like they're the good guys, the people that are trying their best to protect the world. And so they're mixing these kind of missions in to make them seem more innocent and stuff like that. But in reality, they have a very, very, very dark secret that we are most likely going to discover within this arc. Now again, we're in the early stages of this arc, and I'm also not sure how long it's going to last. This could be either like a short, like set of episodes. We could have like 2 more episodes in a movie, because this is the arc that always ends in a movie. This has been a recurring theme since 2020 at this rate. So yeah. But then I kind of want another long arc again, like a longer one, not like a 12-episode one. I think that'd be a bit ridiculous for this kind of story, unless they add a bunch of more elements which makes up for a longer story. Because, good lord, I don't think I want another Genesis arc thing, though, like where it's just spread out across the entire year. That would be ridiculous. And so I think maybe like 7 episodes at the most. 7 episodes with so we would have 6 more to go through. And, if it does like 4 episodes, another 4 episodes or something like that, if it does another 6-episode one, then I guess that'd be fine. Because as long as I get a good story, then I'm a happy man. But yeah, that is basically all we've got. And also, just one quick clarification: the hitman guy that greets Karen when she's homeless. No, that is not the Shadow Man. I know, like Null and that have confirmed, have made their clarification, but I want to make that clarification as well myself, because I'm the guy that goes over the Shadow Man more than people go over drugs. So yeah. It is not the Shadow Man, because again, that stuff is handled by a Naden only, and a Naden didn't even work on the Hobo Mario episode anyway. So yeah, it's just not the Shadow Man, alright? It's a completely out of character thing for that guy to do, and there's just no evidence that it is. There's no evidence that it's the Shadow Man in any shape or form. Got all that? Good. So yeah, that's basically everything I have. I know, these kind of theories do kind of suck. I will just say that now, because I'm running over no script over here. You know what I'm running off? All I'm running off is just a bunch of bullet points of like, do this, do that, then do that, and all of that stuff. So, yeah, my kind of bad. And I am a bit late to the party. I haven't done this stuff in a while, and plus I'm trying to put more effort into these videos in general, as you can see, like, a very different layout to what I used to do. And I will say, this is definitely a better layout, let me tell you. So, yeah. Still, tons of quirks to iron out, because it takes me like 50 years in order to do a single thing on this bloody channel. Oh dear. But other than that, yeah, that's all I have. So, yeah. So see you then later then. See you on Saturday with the new SMG4 episode. We'll definitely be doing it on NoFap again, likely. And all of that stuff. And yeah, there we go. Obviously, put on all your theories on the comments and all of that stuff. And yeah, there you go. That's basically all I have. See you later, bitches. Ta-ta.